Conclusion and communication. How to write a conclusion? The conclusion is the most important part of the report. It is a summary paragraph, about half a page. It must be written after the completion of the data collection and analysis, and written as the last piece and attached after data tables and graphs. The conclusion should present things that are unique for the investigation that can be accomplished by including values of the experimentally determined physical quantities. The conclusion cannot be written without the completion of investigations. The conclusion may start by restating the purpose with appropriate changes. It then should briefly state how the data was collected and how the experiment was conducted. This should be followed by a summary of results, referring to the data tables and graphs where appropriate, and answering the purpose. A conclusion may also discuss some of the difficulties faced, errors and their possible causes, and suggestions for improvement. Whatever thought process was followed to arrive at the stated conclusion should be explained as completely as possible. Careful communication. Once all the findings are formulated, careful consideration should be given to the content, form, and delivery of the report. A good report should aim to provide closure to the investigation with clear outcomes and get normalcy back to the workplace. Good communication will inform the complainant about the outcome of the investigation and the actions taken. Where the complainant expresses doubts or reservations, those must be resolved by explaining that the situation will be monitored continuously, and where the proposed solution does not work as envisioned, it will be replaced with an alternate one. If the findings do not substantiate the complaint, the discussion should move to the next steps: the company's continued commitment to its internal policies and the company's willingness to resolve concerns quickly and decisively. It will also inform the accused of the outcome of the investigation. If the findings result in a complaint, the results of the investigation and the corrective action and discipline imposed should be communicated accordingly. While it may not be advisable to share the full details of the investigation, the findings should be briefly summarized, along with the reason why particular conclusions were reached. If the investigation does not sustain the complaint, the communication should be more than just that fact. It should also caution the accused against any form of retaliation. For example, the accused may have participated in inappropriate activity, but the investigation did not cover sufficient evidence to support this finding. Therefore, the accused should be warned that the complainant's stated facts, if true, would have violated company policy. Confirmation that such conduct is against the company's policies and that the accused will continue to adhere to the policies should also be sought. Where the investigation reveals that the complaint was false and without merit, the said facts should be appropriately disclosed to the accused without divulging into a lot of detail. It may still be worthwhile to reinforce the adherence to the company's policies and a zero-tolerance threshold. Finally, it will also inform other parties involved. This normally includes the management, other employees involved in the investigation, and any regulatory or external parties as appropriate. Generally, where the communication is not required by law, it should be concise and not be left open to interpretation to avoid negative speculation. It is advisable to communicate the minimum necessary details to avoid potentially harmful speculation.